Welcome back to another episode of Brapper Dan Rides, a dual sport. We got another motovlog episode for you here. We're going to be doing a little road riding. I'm really enjoying this bike. I've had it for a while now, and the thing is freaking awesome. I love it. So that's my review. It's a good bike. Today I'm going to be talking about dealing with people. People can be really hard to deal with. I'm having a situation in my life where I'm dealing with somebody who's very difficult to deal with, and he's no longer part of my life. Man, some people are just really difficult, and then you know, when you tell that person, hey man, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, or whatever, I don't want to do stuff with you no more, like we're not jiving, you know. Then they can get vengeful and then resentful and try to get you back and stuff like that. So it can be really hard dealing with people. Over the years, I've tried to just, like, instead of getting angry with people, I try to find compassion for them and go, man, like, this person's really screwed up in the head. Like, I'm sure we've all dealt with someone in our life where you're like, Jesus, this person is really screwed up. Like, what a jerk, or what a this, or what a that. But it's like, there's always like a deeper level to it, you know? There's always something deeper. I just read this book. It's called The 4 Agreements. It's a really good book. And it talks about how basically we all just live in our own dream world, and that when you're born, like, you know, you kind of get like forced into this dream that the society around you has created, and it's right and wrong and this and that, and this is the way you live, you know. It's like, you need to get a job, you have to have a family, you have to think this way, you have to this, these religions, these ideas, these concepts, these morals. Basically, like, you don't have a choice. You're born, and all this stuff is put on you, and then you're expected to conform to it and live by those standards, because that's the society we've created, and that's what everybody agrees on is the way you're supposed to live your life. But that doesn't mean that that's right, you know. It's just that's what we're conditioned to do. Everybody who came before us, like our parents, they were conditioned by their parents and the society they were raised in, and the parents before them were conditioned by the society structure before them, and it's nobody really has a choice in this. Then it talks about how everyone kind of lives in their own personal dream world also, like within that main frame, that framework of society. Everyone lives in their own personal dream world. Like, you know, people are raised by different parents. People are taught different things. Some people are taught to hate other people, you know, and that's where, like, hatred comes from. Nobody is born with hate in their heart, you know. If you hate a group of people just because they're those people, that's because something happened. Either somebody taught you to hate those people, or something happened that made you hate those people. But basically everything that happens to you from the time you're born to the time you're an adult, all those things play a factor in how you see the world, the dream that you live in, you know, because none of us really live in reality. Like, you think you're seeing reality, but you're really just interpreting the world around you through a filter, you know. And the filter that you interpret the world through is this dream that has been constructed your entire life, whether it be, you know, what your political beliefs are, what your religious beliefs are, just everything. How you were treated as a child, were you abused, were you loved, all this stuff. So sometimes you're dealing with difficult people, and you look at how they think, and you go, how does this person think this way? Their thinking is just distorted, you know, like they're not seeing reality. They don't have a grasp on reality. And it's because stuff happened, you know? Stuff happened to people, and it's changed the way they see the world. And you can't get through to these people a lot of times. You can even tell them what's happening, and they won't believe you, because that's the way they see the world. That's the way they interpret it. So to them, you know, they're right. That's how they see it. They think they're right. You can't make them see it differently, because their dream is different. Their dream world is different. All you can do is kind of trying to find compassion for people and say, God damn, like, that person's really screwed up. I really hope, like, they get the help they need, or I really hope, like, you know, they see the light, or something happens that wakes them up. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. But I just thought it was really cool how, like, I was reading this book about that, and then now I have this situation in my life where I'm like, I have to kind of apply these concepts, because, you know, like, I can be an angry person sometimes. I used to be a lot more angry, and if someone did me wrong or got in a fight or said stuff about me, you know, I would just hit back. I would lash back out. But it doesn't solve anything. All it does is escalate the situation, you know? And then even if I don't say anything back, even if, like, if you don't say nothing back, but you're still mad, you know? They're saying things and it's pissing you off. All that does is hurt me. All it does is hurt you. Because if you hold on to anger and resentment, the other person doesn't feel those feelings, you know? You can be angry and resentful and have hatred in your heart, but, like, those people don't feel that. They don't feel it. Only you feel it. So what are you doing? You're hurting yourself, right? You have to live with those feelings. You're letting that person affect how you feel and how your life is going. So I'm getting really good about this, where I've learned these lessons, and I don't let that stuff affect me too much, you know? I'm like, man, I really wish this person gets the help they need. I really hope good happens in their life, but, like, there's nothing I can do to help that process, really. I just kind of have to back away and just hope, and not be angry, not be resentful, and just turn that anger and the resentment into compassion, and just go, man, I feel sorry for this person, because they're going to have a really difficult life acting like this and thinking like this. A lot of times, the other thing is, it's also not really their fault, you know? It's not really their fault that they have a distorted sense of reality. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be abused or mistreated or whatever the hell caused the problem in the first place, you know? Most of these people who have severe mental problems, most of those people are victims of terrible things. So yeah, people can really get to you sometimes, especially people who are really, like, kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know, that's really all I had to say about it. I figured that's just a lesson I've learned over the past almost 10 years here. I've been, you know, working on myself and trying to figure out the best way to live my life, and that's kind of the conclusion I've came to. So I know some of you guys might be younger guys, or even if you're not, maybe you have situations like this in your life, and trying to think about it a little bit differently might be able to help you guys in your struggles and situations in your life. So I am going to see you guys next time. Peace out. If you guys want to help support this channel, all you have to do is go down in the description, click on the Amazon link, and buy anything you were going to buy anyway, and it helps me out. But if you're looking for moto related gear, I have everything sorted into categories that you guys can browse with tons of good stuff, and I even have a category of everything I personally own and use now. Go check that out.